capitalizing on it as well. So I certainly know how to get around the racetrack. I've got a few poles there, a win there, a chance to win a couple races there. So I've had a really good running at that place. I have a lot of confidence going into it. This one as well, but this one's kind of difficult to have just loads of confidence because you can't get away from everybody, right? So you're kind of in the hands of other people's decisions that they want to make on the track, and but this one always is a little bit interesting in my opinion as well because it seems like sure a lot of people want to be aggressive and get all these points, but a lot of people understand the risk versus reward factor of okay, if I wreck being aggressive, well then I'm going into Martinsville 100% in a must win, and so a lot of people still want to finish this race. So I've seen it get to the very end and you start looking around and you're like, well, nobody wrecked, right? Like nothing happened. So yeah, I could see it going both ways today, for sure. But we'll just have to see. You just have to try, basically just execute the races. I think if as long as the 20 team just executes the days how they need to be doing, then we're gonna have chances to win at a lot of these tracks.
Right on. And I know there's a few weeks left in the Xfinity era for the entitlement sponsorship and everything. What's kind of been your impression of them? I know you've been in the series for quite a while. What's your impression of like just what they've meant in terms of the support and how good a partner they've been?
Yeah, I think my first full-time year was Xfinity's basically first full-time year in the sport. So I've been with them through the whole process now. So it'd be cool to just finally like capitalize on their last one, and it just would be kind of bittersweet to send them on their way, welcome a new sponsor entitlement with O'Reilly and everybody coming in. Yeah, I mean, I think that would mean maybe more to me than they really would realize. Just being a part of the Xfinity, I guess, entitlement sponsor for as long as they've kind of been in existence with the sport, right? So that would be pretty cool. They've done so many cool things with all the driver incentive programs when we all were saying Xfinity Mobile and everything there. It means a lot for us. I mean, I think that it certainly is fun to kind of challenge for a little bit of extra bonus money, right? But then to also continue to push their brand out there and grow it for them as well. And so I'm sure they've seen big partner values off of it. They've stayed in it for a very long time. So I'm sure they saw some good value out of it. I've grown some great relationships off of it. So it was a win-win for all of us.
Hey, Brandon, how confident are you in your Joe Gibbs teammates and your own ability to be able to work together as a Toyota team throughout the race today?
We'll see. I mean, some of these super speedways are a little bit difficult in the sense of we're barely down horsepower compared to maybe the ECR motors. You see those guys qualify typically so well at these racetracks, right? And I feel like we're down just a little bit to them, but as soon as you put our cars in the draft, they wake up and they come to life. And so we're really, really competitive and fast in the race, but sometimes can't qualify exactly how we would like to. So, at these Talladega racetracks, it's not the end of the world, right? Like you can drive up to the front, like you said, if you have really good help through some teammates. I've got Eric this weekend in the 19 and obviously Taylor and William, but Eric's got tons of Cup experience at doing this style of racing. So he's got a lot of good insight and a lot of good ways to manage the runs and how to work together. But sometimes you put the Toyotas all together and they're not quite as strong as if you put a Toyota with maybe a Chevrolet or a Ford, right? It's kind of interesting, and I think it's probably the way that the bodies maybe just work together. It's not necessarily like a Joe Gibbs Racing issue. It's a body issue, to be honest, right? So we all understand that going in, and we're all on the same page of helping each other and working with each other, but we also know who to align ourselves with to really give our cars the best speed that they can possibly have too. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those things on the fly we're gonna have to adjust on, right? Like early on I would err to the side of caution and letting my teammates up into line and seeing if we can make some big runs and seeing if we can make stuff happen. And if it seems like our cars are just not fully working together like they sometimes don't do, then we may need to get off that plan, right, and adjust and go somewhere else.
And back with Joe Gibbs Racing for this stint this year, we all know how close you were a couple years ago. Just how badly do you want to be able to get back and make it to the championship race this year with your new 20 team now?
Yeah, these guys are all deserving of it. They're all capable of doing it. It's just, I think right now, if the 20 team will just go execute races how we should be and we don't have any problems, then we're going to be contenders every single time we put the race car on the track. So you look back at Vegas, right? We were qualified third. We took off. We were around fifth, and we think we had a tire going down initially right away in the race. Didn't realize that until we started dissecting it afterwards and everything, but had a tire issue, and then we just got so far back in the field that we couldn't really overcome the deficit. But if that wouldn't have happened right and we would have ran the race out properly and how we should have been, then we would have stayed top 3 to top 5 all day, and then you have a chance like Eric does at the end to go capitalize on a win. So that's just kind of the way that I think that if you can continue to do that throughout the next few races, then we'll have chances at every one of them.
How tough is it to kind of have to win one of the next two, or just depends on today?
Yeah, it kind of depends on today, but yeah, I would love to win today to not have to worry about next week. And then, yeah, Martinsville, you just never know. Usually the stages go pretty smooth, but yeah, you never know what's going to happen at the end and kind of who's going to line up around you.
With 2 drivers in the final 8, has the team exceeded expectations this year?
Wouldn't say necessarily, because not a lot changed from last year. So I think Joe Custer kind of expected both of us to get to this point. We've had a lot of highs and lows, but yeah, I'm glad both of us are in it, and one car is pointed in right now, and you know, I'm 6th in points, so yeah, just gonna have to fight the next 2 weeks.
We know the expectations that come with Talladega and Martinsville, the chaos. Do you expect that both weeks, one of the other weeks, or are you just kind of planning on going out and racing your race and hoping it all avoids?
Yeah, I feel like Xfinity guys have done a really good job at super speedways, really this year, and I felt like most of last year. They've been pretty clean, so yeah, I hope today goes the same way. Hope we can run towards the front most of the day. Everyone's getting better at super speedway racing every time we come, so it gets a little harder and harder to kind of come through the field. But yeah, hopefully if there is a big one, you're not in the middle of it, and yeah, it seems like the closer to the front you are, the less likely you are to be in the big crash.
And on the entry list too, there's 28 Chevrolets out of the 38 cars. Do you and the Toyotas, like Ford and Toyota, work together today? Do you just stick with your Ford teammates?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of try to work with everyone since there is so few of us. I think you guys have probably seen us pit with the Toyotas a lot. Today, the strategy, there's no need for green flag pitting that last run, so yeah, you just try to see who you work good with early on and kind of make they're your guy, and yeah, try to work with your Ford teammates as well.
Thank you.
I'm Caleb Barnes with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.